Welcome to StenchCast.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to StenchCast. We are your hosts, Smench.
And Smench. And as you can see, I almost just ruined everything. I got my freaking camera set up here. Let's crack a cold one for the freaking boys. Oh, yeah, baby. But today is a special episode because, I got the camera here. But instead of playing a game, I'm building a Lego set today. As you can see, I got the DeLorean Lego set here. Just recently purchased, so I'm gonna be building that while you listen to us ramble on about different topics.
About nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole episode is just gonna be me building a Lego set.
Yeah, pretty much. Ugh. But it's gonna be freaking epic once I figure out how to open this thing. It's like this. Oh yeah.
Well, do you have any topics to open up with?
Actually, I can talk about a game, a video game. Even though I'm not playing one, I can talk about one. There's a lot in here. I've kind of forgot how Lego sets are. Let me just get this done before I actually start talking on the topic. This thing's all plastic, probably loud. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I dropped one. Okay. That's alright. But the game I want to speak about is 7 Days to Die, which, if you've been following StenchCast, which you haven't, unless you're like one of 3 people, congratulations, you know that we enjoy ourselves a good 7 days every once in a while. We had that epic world that we built like this epic bunker on, and it was epic. And
the creative world, I was about to say.
Yeah, no, there was no way we'd ever do that in survival because we suck.
No. And because of the shadow system in the game, it performed like dog shit.
I just dropped my camera. Hold on. This is going great. It got caught on my mic and it just decided to KO itself here. Oh, yeah.
No, but my favorite world that we ever had was when we were held up in the police station, and we kind of just had to watch the night go by. We couldn't really do anything because we were in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
And we were kind of just surrounded. And it was fucking horrifying just looking out of that window, the bulletproof window.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome. It was the most, atmospheric a game has ever been for me. But it was fucking terrifying. But it was really fun.
Indeed.
And was that your world or my world?
I think it was mine. I think that was like the first time we ever played 7 days together.
Yes, I believe so.
I started the world because I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. It's fair. Makes sense.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, the reason I want to talk about this freaking game is the 2.0 update just dropped recently. I forget what day, but it just dropped, and it brought with it a lot of epic changes, as an update does.
Real.
And it's the title of the update is called Storms Brewing. So it's like, what the heck does that mean? It means that there's storms. They added freaking storms to the game. Real quick, if you don't know what 7 Days to Die is, it's just a zombie survival game. You know, every 7 days there's an epic horde night with evil, and everyone dies. Or you win. You know, you could win as well. But, sometimes we survive and it's epic. But they just recently added the storms, and what that means is in each biome, there is a different storm that's going to occur, except for the grassland biome or whatever it's called, the forests. There's no I think there might be a storm in there, just a regular storm, but it doesn't do any damage. Whereas in the other biomes, as you progress through the game, they will have different storms that you'll have to craft different smoothies to give yourself resistance to. And if you complete some challenges, you get full immunity to the storms. It's pretty epic. You can also just completely turn it off if you don't like that sort of stuff. Oh yeah. But it's pretty epic. I haven't played it yet because I just haven't gotten around to doing so. But I think it's gonna be epic. You know, they added a bunch of new animations and sprites for the like food, water, medication, all that sort of stuff. They added new zombies. 2 new zombies. There's I don't remember their names, but one like sends a little swarm of bees after you or something, and they attack you. There's also the Left 4 Dead tank, where he picks up a rock and throws it at your head. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at this.
Frank. But yeah, it's pretty freaking epic, and I would like to play at some point. But they also added charged and inferno zombies, which
they added charred nuts. They charred my nuts. They put them on a grill. Yeah,
it's exactly what they did. But if you're familiar with 7 Days at all, you may know feral zombies, and they're kind of like feral zombies, which is a regular zombie, but feral zombie, they a lot more aggressive. They are a lot faster in that. So, they're kind of like that, but also not. They're their own variants, I guess, would be the right term for it. The charged zombies are, I think, a bit faster. They have more health, and I actually don't know a whole lot about them. But the Inferno zombies, I know that they are slower, but they have the most health, and they deal a very large amount of block damage. So they can get kind of freaking scary here. Okay, I gotta try and get boom, put the head on the guy. Look at that, that's freaking epic. I'm still getting used to this whole building Legos. Actually, let me turn the camera. There we go. So it's gonna be a little difficult getting used to this. But look, we got freaking Marty. I don't know where his hair is yet, but we'll find it. But yeah, 7 Days to Die, epic, funny update.
It's actually future Marty. He doesn't have hair.
Yeah, that's real.
He has male pattern baldness.
Male pattern prankness. But the one bad thing about this new 7 Days to Die update is, they have finally succumbed to the worst form of monetization known to gaming. They came all over the place, and it's pretty gross. But they released a couple DLCs, which, DLC isn't horrible, especially whenever it's done right. But as you can tell, it wasn't done right, They released 3 individual DLCs, all for $9, and the only thing that these DLCs included were skins for clothing, or just clothing in general, which is all mostly cosmetic, but they probably is the actual the actual armor, so it does provide benefits for you, but to put it behind a paywall is pretty dumb. And
it's also bad. Coming after that, this was a while ago that they replaced the clothing system, but if you haven't played 7 Days prior to the 1.0 update, originally you had an individual slot for every article of clothing: boots, pants, shirt, jacket, armor, helmet, hat, whatever. Now it's just 4 slots, and they're all preset armors. There's no custom armor anymore.
Yeah.
Which isn't the worst thing. I mean, I don't think it's... I think the old system was definitely cluttered, but I liked it.
Yeah, it had its charm.
Yeah, absolutely. Because oddly enough, for how janky of a game 7 Days has always been, usually the combinations always worked really well.
Yeah.
And there really wasn't a whole lot of clipping,
mm-hmm.
which I don't think was entirely intentional. I don't think they set out to do that. But I don't think it's the worst form of monetization, because after all, they could have put like loot boxes or, God forbid, a fucking battle pass in the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like that is like the number one thing I hate about modern gaming is battle passes. Ever since fucking Fortnite did it, now every game has one. Every progression system for any game ever has been completely and utterly gutted in replacement of battle passes. Even if it's not a paid battle pass, it is always a battle pass
system.
Yeah, but there's a specific word I'm looking for. Formatted. Battle pass formatted system. And anytime I see a game with a battle pass, especially a paid battle pass, except for in the case of like Helldivers, I guess, I'd already like, not about that one. But continue.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with not the worst form, but it's I agree it's not the worst form of monetization, but it's definitely the worst form of DLC monetization. Because it especially irks me that it's 3 separate packs for $9 for one armor set for each pack, instead of just like, if it was combined, it'd be a little bit more like, it still sucks, but you know, like it's alright, but it's just, I mean, at the very least, they didn't sell each individual piece of armor for $9, so can't complain too much there. But
that does remind me. Are you done, or is that?
I still have a little bit more.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
One of the things I am kind of excited for is they optimize the game better. So I, at some point, would like to go back to that epic bunker and see if it's any better. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if they fixed like the shadows and stuff for optimization, but they definitely they added what is it, like some, I don't know if it was anti-aliasing or something, but it was like specifically for like NVIDIA graphics cards. It's like DLSS or something like that. So that'll help. And then they also changed the way like zombies spawn in buildings now. So instead, like, you know how whenever you go through a building, you get to the final area where all the loot is, and there's like a billion zombies just laying there. Well, they have it now so only like a few zombies appear, and then they start spawning in like as soon as you kill one, another one will spawn in. So there's like a maximum amount of zombies that can be on like in the area at one time. So that really helped with funny time. But I would like to still go back and see if that epic bunker world is any better at all.
Absolutely.
Because that'd be epic to fucking walk around in there with the lights fully up at more than 2 frames a second.
Yeah. Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
Is that all you had for 7 days?
Yep.
So, the finals, I've praised this game quite a bit. And I will still continue to sing its praises. And I support the game fairly heavily. There is no game in recent memory, other than probably Helldivers again, that I've spent as much money on as I've spent on the finals. I don't think it's over 100, but I still support the game whenever I've got money. But they added a Call of Duty style premium battle pass that costs more than the base battle pass. I don't really have an issue with this. I do think it's kind of gross. I'm not a fan of that at all. Like, I don't know if, Joe, you know how they have Black Cell skins for the premium version of the battle pass in Call of Duty?
I do not know that.
Well, Yeah, if you pay, I think $25 or $30 instead of the normal 10, then you get the black cell skins, which for some odd reason people seem to love. I think it was introduced back in Modern Warfare 2019, but way late into Warzone's lifespan, early lifespan. But I don't necessarily have a problem with this. Again, I do think it's a little gross. My problem mostly lies in the value of it. The premium battle pass costs $30, where the normal battle pass costs $10. Except you get maybe, I think it's like 7 rewards total for the premium battle pass. You get an XP boost for the season, which I think is that's one of the parts I have the biggest gripe with. But I didn't even buy this battle pass because it's not great. It's very underwhelming. But the premium battle pass especially is just not good. It is just black versions of the skins that you get from the battle pass, which the value you get from the finals battle passes are fucking amazing. I've gone on this rant before, but if you buy one, you will have enough once you complete it to buy the next one and then have some left over. Like they are very generous with how much they give you in each battle pass. They give you like 3 different fucking complete outfits, all with parts that you can mix and match and everything, because the finals customization is very in depth for what it is. But again, these ones are just like, oh yeah, this skin is white. In the regular battle pass, it's literally all of them are white, except for there's one that's sort of like cyberpunk, like fucking. This dude's got like a RoboCop visor.
RoboCop.
He's really the only one that actually changes significantly. He gets like a whole helmet in his premium version, and he gets a different outfit and whatnot. But everybody else is just, yeah, this person's outfit is black now. Pretty neat, right? For $30? Fuck no.
That's real.
At least with like Call of Duty with their black cell skins, they do add a lot to them. It's not just a different color variant. Like they'll have like flames and shit, like effects rising off of them, and I don't know, like the one I'm looking at now turns the operator into like a skeleton. It's neat. It's not my thing, but it's neat.
Dude.
Yeah, battle passes aren't great. But on the topic of modern gaming, I want to talk about one of my favorite games. I won't speak for Joe because he doesn't play it super often. Payday. Payday is fucking awesome. Payday 2 is genuinely one of the best games to ever release. I will die on that hill. Payday 3, however...
That's where the problems arise.
Payday 3 has been out for, what, 3 years? 2 years? 2 or 3 years?
Something.
And
years?
It had a very, very rough launch. And I'm very happy that I didn't pre-order it like I was thinking about doing, because I saw the signs before they even released the fucking game. The game came out with no offline single player whatsoever. It was completely online. The servers were completely and utterly fucking unplayable for the first like day, I think, which pretty much every launch for any game now is just, oh yeah, you can't actually play it on launch day. You gotta wait for the day 1 patch.
That's real.
Which will come a week after the game launches. The game doesn't have a lot, or didn't launch with a lot of content. The UI really isn't great. There weren't a lot of heists, and the heists that were in the game were very, very restrictive compared to Payday 2. Like with Payday 2, a lot of the majority of the heists have at least like 6 different fucking ways that you can tackle them. Whether by stealth or guns blazing, there are many different ways to tackle a heist within those 2 categories, I guess. I should know because me and Joe tackled the same fucking 2 banks so many different times.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into like high difficulty Payday 2 and a lot of like optimizing your run. And even the first heist has that. The first heist is very easy. It's this little jewelry store. And despite how small the store is and how little loot there is still like 3 different ways that you can tackle it. Payday 3's first heist is a very like decent looking bank, but the heist literally just boils down to walk in, grab a key card, walk into the vault, and then carry the money out because you can just walk directly past the security guards as you're carrying like 2 fucking duffel bags on your back. Which, I mean, it's really cool that you can do heists completely masked, or unmasked. But that's really all the nuance there is to it.
It's the only praise you'll hear about it.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned a lot about the game when it launched, not a lot of content, no offline single player, no
anything.
Awful UI. Let me just check real quick. When did Payday 3 come out? Yeah, so 2 years. Coming up on 2 years. Before I bought the game, this is like the funniest part to me. The day that I bought the game, like an hour beforehand, a clip popped up in my feed. I forget where it was. And it was a clip from one of the live streams of the devs. And she reads this comment from the chat that says something along the lines of, "Is there any news on offline mode? We were supposed to get news 5 months ago, or 4 months ago, 6 months ago. I don't remember, but multiple months ago." I had thought they already added it in like a year ago. They didn't. I boot up the game for the first time. Performance isn't great. Like, it's not horrible. Like, I'm not dipping into like, 20 FPS, but it's not consistent. I was getting like 110 FPS in some places and then 40 in some other places on the same map. It's like, all right, what's going on here?
Real.
And 70 in others. But the biggest thing that caught my eye was the UI. The UI is utterly fucking atrocious. I don't have the words to describe how fucking horrible it is. It is very cluttered, it's very clunky, and it is extremely disorganized. The skill, like that perk menu, it was a little intimidating to look at because it was just like, again, like nothing felt organized. And then the weapon menu, in Payday 2, all of the weapons are organized by type. You have your rifles, you have your pistols, you have your shotguns, you have your special weapons. No such thing as in Payday 3. Instead, when you open one of the buy menus, they are all connected. So you just swipe between, this is where all of the guns are on one page. This is where all of the masks are on one page. This is where all of the suits are on one page. That's really the most remarkable thing I have to say about the game. Like, just how fucking utterly terrible the UI was. It's genuinely the worst fucking thing I've seen in a video game.
Real.
Everything else about the game is just so painfully unremarkable, mediocre, mid. The gunplay isn't really all that great. It doesn't feel like any improvement whatsoever on Payday 2. Gun sounds don't feel like an improvement. Combat doesn't feel like an improvement. Actually, like, it kind of felt like it took a few steps back. I do like that, like, instead of being downed instantly by cloakers, they subdue you, and if someone else kills the cloaker, you automatically get back up. I thought that was neat. That felt like the only change that was made. Like, I remember on difficulty 1, we had gotten in a shootout with the SWAT officers, and it took like 15 fucking rounds to kill one with the starting rifle. I was like, okay, in Payday 2, the starting rifle was not this fucking bad. It couldn't have been. The weapon customization was cool. I thought that was decent, but again, it wasn't in any way, shape, or form an upgrade over Payday 2. There was less upgrades, obviously. And one thing that's really sad to me is the Payday 3 like fan base was making a really big deal out of the fact that they added one new weapon recently, a lever action rifle. They treated this like it was the savior of the fucking game. It's like, oh my god, they added a lever action rifle. I don't see that player count going up. I think it's at like 1,000 on Steam at any given time. Yeah. It did go up by 1,000 for the Steam sale. But it's not going. Yeah, it's not going to last.
No.
Which, by the way, I know we didn't mention this. At the time of recording this, the Steam Summer Sale is going on. It's fucking great.
It always is, baby.
A lot of the games I already have, but they have a lot of really steep discounts on some games I don't have or didn't have. Payday 3 was one of them. I got the year 1 edition for $18, and that wasn't enough to keep me. That is how fucking mediocre Payday 3 is.
Yeah.
But there were 2 other games that I got. Well, I also bought all of the original Five Nights at Freddy's games from one to sister location. None of those were on sale, but
yeah,
you know. But I wanted them. I want to make a video about the FNAF games at some point, and I don't want to use someone else's footage. But the other 2 games that I got were The Forest, Sons of the Forest, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Oh yeah, baby.
I cannot tell you how much I don't regret buying either of those games. I have the Forest one, and I played it for a good bit, but I got bored of it pretty quickly. The Forest 2, it's literally just the first game, but better. It just improves on so many things about the first game. It doesn't do a whole lot differently, but I don't mind that per se. It looks better, feels better, and I don't know, has a lot of better features. It's more in depth. You get a little buddy now. His name is Kelvin, and at first I really didn't think he would be all that useful, but my god, does he speed up the base building process. You can just kind of tell him to do shit, and he will do that thing endlessly. He'll occasionally take like a 5-second rest, or go to drink some water, or pick up imaginary food off the ground and eat it. So you don't need to sustain him at all. That's nice.
Calvin, suck me off.
Calvin, stroke it at a medium pace.
And he'll do that endlessly.
But Jarvis, stroke it a little bit. The other game, though. Now, me and Joe have talked about Resident Evil before. and we've talked about Resident Evil 7. Joe told me that he heard from multiple places that Resident Evil 7 is said to be like the savior of the Resident Evil series.
Mm-hmm.
I plugged 6 hours into it today. And I wholeheartedly fucking agree. It was genuinely weird to play a game with that level of polish and quality, where I can... the game just actually fucking works. In the 6 hours that I played, I noticed only one bug, and it was actually in my favor. I was being chased by the antagonist, and he almost killed me, and then I randomly, like, he pushed me onto the ground, and the game froze for a second, and when I got back up, he was just gone. He came back later, but he was just gone. And I didn't mind that. But it is genuinely so weird to play a game with this level of quality. And I think I just need to go back and play more old games. I already play a significant amount of old games on my PC that is way overqualified to play them, like fucking
Supreme
Left 4 Dead
Commander
2
2
and Supreme Commander, games that came out in 2009 and 2010. But Resident Evil 7 especially is just a phenomenal fucking game.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I hadn't paid too much attention to it. There's only one scene that I was like anticipating, and I like everything that I knew about the game, I've already gotten past. It was all in the beginning.
Yep.
So now I'm going in blind. And this is the first horror game I've played in a long time that has genuinely scared the fuck out of me. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but there's at one point when the antagonist kind of just pops up in a really cool way and in an extremely unexpected way. And it happens whenever you backtrack to a safe room. It's very possible that you just never do that. Like, you don't have to. But if you do, then he just comes out of nowhere and starts fucking chasing you and scares the ever-loving fuck out of you. And it was so fucking good. I have, like... The game uses jump scares, obviously. But they are so earned. They are so fucking earned. The game builds up this dread. And it feels like after every encounter with one of the antagonists, like there's a swelling in your chest. It's like, holy fuck, that was intense. The boss fights are great. The biggest thing that I had to praise about the game is how weirdly well it modernizes the formula of the original Resident Evil games and Silent Hill, by extension. Both old survival horror games that were very similar. Like, the only differences are the camera's not locked and the graphics are better. The boss fights are very, very similar. You are in this enclosed space where you have very little options other than to just fight the fucking thing that is attacking you. You're trapped in a very small space with this thing. You have to fucking kill it if you want to escape. Even down to the HUD elements, which in the regular gameplay there are none, which I love. But when you check your inventory, there's obviously your little crafting menu, and you have your slots where, you know, your shotgun takes up 2 slots, where your pistol takes up 1, and you know, you have to manage your space. And there's also, instead of a health bar, you have this little like lifeline thing. And obviously the lower your health gets, it changes a different color and gets a little lower each time. But instead of it being like on the top left of your screen or in Silent Hill, where you'd only see it when you open up your inventory, it's on your wrist on a watch. And there's a thing that you can do where you kind of put your hands up and block. You can use it to block melee attacks. Very useful. But it's also just a really good way to check your health on the fly. At the same time, though, you will notice if your health is low because there's like a blood splatter effect on the screen that gets worse that lower your health gets. And it doesn't go away. It never fades away until you heal. But it is genuinely such an amazing fucking game so far, and I can't wait to continue playing it. Epic. And despite how harshly I've judged Resident Evil 8, it has made me want to play Resident Evil 8. Because I very much enjoy being in the world that Resident Evil 7 has created. It is one of the few games where I care enough to stop and look at notes left for other characters where, you don't have to read it. By no means do you have to read it. It doesn't give you any benefit. It just tells you something. Gives you a little exposition. This is not the only game, but one of the only games where I have cared enough to do that. Elden Ring was one of those games.
Mm-hmm.
There was another game I played recently. I don't remember that I did that for. But I love the game. And it's very addicting. I did not realize how quickly that 6 hours passed. That was all in like one sitting. It felt like 2.
Yeah.
But yeah. What about you, Joe? What have you picked up for this Steam sale?
I'm quick. I got a funny thing with my booklet here, where the pages are like combined here at the corner. Together. Yeah, well, like the printing error because
come on it, you fucking.
Yeah, man. But I have like the rip them apart there because they were stuck together at the corner. That was very interesting. I have not seen that in a Lego set. But besides this Lego set, what I've picked up, specifically on the Steam Summer Sale, I got a couple games. I got Slime Rancher 1 and 2 because, that was a pretty decent, not chunk, but, I enjoyed watching videos of people playing Slime Rancher, Jacksepticeye, the other people who played it. When I was much younger, so I definitely enjoy the game, and it's just a nice chill game. And then even like I don't want to say recently, but some other people like Jerma have played Slime Rancher, so it's a nice little cozy game to sit down and enjoy. And I got that, and I got the second one because I haven't seen anything of the second one, and I'm kind of excited going blind with that one. But besides those two games, I also picked up another childhood classic for me, Crash Bandicoot. Now this one, Crash Bandicoot, is even further in my childhood, when I was even younger.
Even further beyond.
Yeah, indeed. And so I grew up with a PlayStation 2. Not the slim. I had the chunky boy. I had the big chunker. Yeah, it was.
Is that the one you still have?
Yep, I still have it.
Me and Joe played MX versus
ATV Unleashed.
Yeah.
That was
Those fucking older racing games just have a charm to them. That game is so fun.
Absolutely.
I never even played the game as a kid, but that game is fucking great.
Yep. I love every so often just booting up that old PlayStation 2 and just playing some random fucking game on it.
Yeah.
But I got
if I saw my Xbox 360, yeah, I would too.
That's real. But the funny Crash Bandicoot, I got the Insane Trilogy. I think I just did a step out of order. Yeah, I did. That's fine. I got the Insane Trilogy. So I didn't get 4. I got 4 on the PlayStation 4, and I didn't play it much. I don't know if it. I mean, I I don't remember much about it, so I don't remember if I stopped playing because it sucked or if I just got bored of it because it's an improved version of a game that I'm used to, like, I'm used to it just being an old fucking piece of shit, so I was like, this is not the same game, technically, in my, like, whatever. I don't know, but, I got the Insane Trilogy on my PC now, which, again, I also got it on PlayStation 4, but I don't use my PlayStation 4 anymore, because that thing's a goddamn fossil at this point.
Yeah.
And also,
PC now.
Yeah, PC Epic, better. Just about, like, every game ever that you can get on a
also,
console
you
is
don't
on
have to
PC.
pay to play online.
That's real. But yeah, I got the funny Crash Bandicoot. I haven't played it. I haven't even installed it yet. I haven't really had much time, but I will. It's gonna be epic. But I remember when I was a wee little lad, and I'd play on my PlayStation 2. Well, probably my sister's PlayStation 2, really, because I wasn't old enough to be like, I want PlayStation 2. It was just already in the house, which was pretty epic. But, you know, I'd play there. I'd sit on it and play funny Crash Bandicoot. I'd play... What was that game? There was a game called Dr. Muto, which was like you play as this mad scientist guy and you can turn into different guys, and I don't know. I don't remember much about it, but I want to go back and play it sometime, because that one was pretty fun. I don't remember specifically which Crash Bandicoot I played. I think it was Crash Bandicoot 3, but Yeah, because I know I didn't play 1 or 2. It definitely had to be the third one. But there was also, I think it was a spin-off game. It was called Crash Bandicoot Warped, I believe. And I played a lot of that one. But at some point, because it's very difficult remembering, because it's been so long, but with the PlayStation 2, there was different, like, whenever you get the funny disc for the game, it would, the back of it, where they would actually have, like, store all the data, it would, like, read the disc when you put it in the PlayStation, the back could come in, like, I believe 3 different colors.
Whoa.
So there was the silver, which was just the regular, you know, disc, whatever. And then there was blue and black, I believe. And I don't know if it was like Blu-ray or what it was, but at some point my my PlayStation couldn't play or couldn't read the discs that were blue or black. It could only read the silver discs. So and of course, Crash Bandicoot Warped, which by that time I'm pretty sure was the only Crash Bandicoot I had. Frank. But, oh shit, I did this wrong. But yeah, the Crash Bandicoot Warped, which I believe was the only, like, well, not the only Crash Bandicoot game, but, like the main one I played, it did not work anymore. Because it was a blue disc, so I couldn't play it anymore, and I was saddened. But I had another Crash Bandicoot game, and this one was also another spin-off that I don't remember very well. But it was called Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity, I believe. I don't necessarily remember the premise of this game, but all I know is you got to play as Crash, and you got to play as the evil villain man, who I have also forgotten the name of.
You'll remember soon enough. We'll be playing.
Okay, yeah, that's real. Fuck, what's that geezer's name? I don't know, but he's got the big N on his forehead, and then that's real. He's living a dangerous life, that man. But yeah, you get to play as him too, and it was a pretty fun game, and I remember very fondly. I'm trying to think of some of the other PlayStation 2 games I played back then. Well, there was MX versus ATV. That was a great one. As Jordan said earlier, he was over at my house one time when we played that, and I was like, "Hey, dude, we go play this game." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "We're gonna play this game about fucking motorcycles and ATVs, and we're gonna just drive and prank." And then we did.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah, it was epic. And there's the funny whenever you would drive your vehicle of choice to the very edge of the map,
fucking launched.
you fucking blown sky freaking high. It was incredible. I had a lot of fun with that game. Another game. Well, this game that, you know, one of my favorite games, like, just of all time. I didn't actually play much of when I was younger. Because I didn't really care about it. You know, I could play fucking motorcycle game and Crash Bandicoot. What other games like did I need to play? Like, really, come on. And I had a SpongeBob game. It wasn't Battle for Bikini Bottom. I didn't have that one. I had the other two. There was the Atlantis one, which is basically just like the plot of the one movie in the game form, and then there was one that was like a racing kind of game that also had
the Dream game. Yes.
Yeah, the creature from the Krusty Krab.
Yes. And no, I have a lot of fond memories from that game because I used to play it on my brother's GameCube.
Yeah.
It is literally my favorite fucking like show adaptation game to ever exist.
Oh yeah,
and I wish that was the one that would have gotten remade.
That I share the same sentiment. Badly. Like, I didn't play Battle for Bikini Bottom. I know it's a good game, but Creature from the Krusty Krab is just it's got it. You know, it's just got it.
It's got great. Everything. So the first dream you play is SpongeBob's, and it's a racing game, and it is so fucking good.
And he's like this fucking monster, this grotesque monster.
Yeah. And then the second one you play is Patrick, but it's in like this. It's a completely different fucking art style for like every dream.
And he's a fucking superhero.
Yeah, and it's in this like cell shaded sort of comic book thing where like a lot of the things you see are just these flat cardboard cutouts, but it's not like video game where, you know, it just follows you everywhere you look. It's just it's meant to look like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
And because of the art style, that game looks so fucking timeless. It's so wonderful.
It indeed
Except for like
is.
the first stream, because you have the little collectible coins that they do not look great.
It's real. That's another game I want to go back and play.
The only thing is the only way you can play it now is if you have it on your old PlayStation, which if you do, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to steal your fucking PlayStation.
Well, I guess you're coming to my house and stealing my PlayStation.
Oh, shit.
I gotta find it, but I know I have it.
But no, that is the number one game that I wish had a remaster.
Absolutely.
So fucking bad. No, but you and me gotta get some MREs and just play that for a whole fucking night. That would be the most unequivocally ballin' ass fucking thing we could possibly do.
I'd like live forever. I could die without regret.
Yeah.
Because of that game, I really want to go back and play it. I've thought about it a few times. I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and play that, and then I immediately forget about it. But holy fuck, it's such a good game. But yeah, I played that. But the other game I was talking about that I didn't play much until like later on was Kingdom Hearts. I had 1 and 2 for a while. I never actually played them until like way later. Like I want to say it wasn't too long after I started playing them that I got what is it called? An Xbox 360. So it was definitely not late, but it was definitely into the era of the next gen consoles when I started playing Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2. Played both games. The first Kingdom Hearts game, I don't think I actually ever beat, but the second one I definitely did beat. Oh, I just knocked my head on the fucking headphones. There it is. But that was a good time. I
Real.
mean, before Kingdom Hearts, I did play a JRPG on the PlayStation 2, and that game was called Dark Cloud 2, and that game is also really good. I'd love for at least like, well, yeah, no, an HD remake. I know they had it on the PlayStation 4. I don't know. I don't think it was an HD remake. I think it was just like upscaled or some shit. If that. But
Yeah.
it really was, and I also wish it was on Steam. But I never played Dark Cloud 1. I tried to at one point, but I never really got into it. But Dark Cloud 2 was very, very excellent. And I never beat that one, but I got fairly far into the story, I think. I think there's like, well, I say fairly far, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I got like halfway through the game, because I think there's 15 like chapters, and I got to like chapter 8 before like I stopped playing. But I definitely want to, that's another game I really want to go back and complete. Oh, yeah. On the PlayStation 2. I don't know. Well, that's another thing. I don't know if I'm gonna play that one on the PlayStation 2 or on the PlayStation 4, because I have it on both. I do have a save file that's further along on the PlayStation 2, but I kind of also just want to start over. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't really know what I'll do there, but I'll do something and it'll be epic and awesome and such. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. But that's my funny PlayStation 2 stories, because I can't really think of any other games I really had on it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I can't really think of any other games other than like those SpongeBob games that I like really just desperately want a remaster of. Supreme Commander 2 definitely comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
Just to like spruce up the looks of the game, but at the same time, the fact that it's so old makes it so easy to like manipulate. Like one of the best things you can do with Supreme Commander 2 on PC is go into the CMD files on Notepad and edit the max unit cap up to a maximum of 1,000. The max unit cap you get base game is 250. So that changes the game quite a bit, as you might imagine. But yeah, no, those are really the only two I am really like harping on a fucking remaster for.
That's real.
Let me.
Fuck, I just did like a half these steps wrong.
Do you have any more video game stuff to talk about?
Not really.
Good. I want to segue into a different topic, which
different video game
is odd for me. This is the first time I've ever been offended, I guess, by like, you know how people are always like, we're always afraid of robots coming and stealing their jobs, or I don't know, just manufacturing jobs in general kind of being taken over by machinery.
Yeah.
I've never felt that until Mr. Beast released a trailer or a teaser or whatever for a service which would supposedly help starting creators using AI.
Oh wow. That's how nice.
This AI would help them make thumbnails. I think help them edit.
I don't think edit. I think it was just thumbnails.
I think you might be right. But it was it was part of a larger app called ViewStats, which ViewStats is a useful tool. It lets you kind of manage your channel. It's, from what I hear, it does the same job as YouTube Studio. Problem is, the way the AI worked was you would type in a channel that you wanted to take inspiration from, quote unquote, and then type in a prompt. And using that thumbnail, taking inspiration from it, it would make a thumbnail for you. This was $50 a month, and it is My favorite line from the whole video is, "It's so easy it feels like cheating." It's funny you say that because it fucking is. It's called content theft.
Yep.
The AI would literally just steal the thumbnail. It could even take faces from thumbnails and paste it onto whichever one you were trying to make.
Yep.
It would steal everything about a thumbnail. And at the same time, you know, on one hand, you have the idea of making content creation easier for smaller content creators. All for it. But you are also taking jobs away from thumbnail artists. That I'm not all for. That I'm not okay with. Like, the thing that made me the most mad about it is the fact that Joe does as well. I make my own thumbnails. I edit my own videos. Everything that is done on my YouTube channel is me.
Yep.
Save here. For whenever, like, you know, I'm reviewing something like Family Comes First, where I'm literally using someone else's film as the B-roll for my video.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're just stealing content. What the hell's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, I'm gonna message scope.wad actually and tell him I'm sorry and like delete my video.
Yeah. That's the proper thing to do.
Absolutely. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
No, but like I do all of my own thumbnails, I do all of my own editing. Everything you see on my YouTube channel is done by me.
Yep.
Except for my profile picture, that too is done by somebody else, but I got permission to do that. Just like with Family Comes First. But all the editing, thumbnails, every titles, all of that is done by me for the 15th time. So
just driving it home.
It just really fucking sucks to see such a massive creator trying to rip that effort away and throw it down the shitter and steal from it at the same time.
Yeah.
Learning how to make thumbnails and learning how to edit is part of the process of becoming a YouTuber. Me and Joe are both very fortunate that we have had so long to develop our own styles and skills with editing and thumbnail creation. Me especially, because I've been doing it for quite a bit longer. But like that's just part of the experience.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you robbing other people of, you know, what they create, you are also robbing newer creators of the experience. Now, Mr. Beast got a lot of shit for this, rightfully so. And especially from Jacksepticeye, because if you don't know, Jacksepticeye already doesn't really like Mr. Beast. That was a bit of a controversy a while back. He said that he didn't like Mr. Beast and that he ruined YouTube. I don't think he's wrong.
Based.
Exactly. So it was infinitely entertaining that one of the channel examples Mr. Beast had floating in the background while he was talking about using thumbnails from thousands of different creators was Jacksepticeye's and Moist Critical's, which Moist Critical doesn't do thumbnails. He just lets the YouTube thing auto-generate one.
What are you talking about? He's
a random
the
timestamp in the video.
biggest thumbnail artist of all time. He puts the most effort into them all.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, so obviously Jacksepticeye didn't like that, but obviously he got a lot of shit for it, and he took the announcement thing off of the internet.
Prank.
And also, instead, he took the criticisms from the whole thing, and instead of having an AI do the whole thumbnail bullshit, he instead made that tab specifically direct you to a page where you could hire a thumbnail artist. That's really nice.
Indeed.
But this really shouldn't have ever even been an idea in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, it is so ungodly fucking tone deaf. With how many real world protests have been going on about AI in the video game industry and in the show industry. To then try and inject it into the content creation industry. It's like Mr. Beast already is a soulless content creator. He does very good work.
Oh shit.
Obviously, like he does very good things for charity.
Yeah.
But his content is ungodly soulless. He's an entrepreneur first and foremost. And what sucks is like I remember watching him all the way back when he was doing like the saying I don't know what it was. It was a different thing every challenge, but saying
counting to 1 billion.
Yeah, counting to 1 billion or dancing for 24 hours, listening to Dance Till You're Dead for 24 hours or whatever.
Saying subscribe to PewDiePie. I remember when he was a fucking frontliner to subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yes. And I've watched him grow as a content creator, and it's just really fucking disappointing to see him like in real time develop the exact same mentality as like AAA game studios. You know what I mean?
A little bit, yeah. Where it's more focused on profit than it is the content.
Exactly, and cutting corners with the fucking AI.
It's surreal.
Like, you can't necessarily blame him for min-maxing the absolute best strategy for thumbnails, where he found the literal best possible formula to get recommended on everybody's tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just him. He learned the algorithm, and he grinded for many years. That's respectable. So why then are you trying to... I'm going to rephrase. I understand that after so much work, you have become a soulless prick. But why are you now trying to make everyone else a soulless prick? Why are you now trying to make everyone else's content as soulless as yours?
That's real.
Which, by the way, the $50 a month thing is supposed to help newer content creators. What small content creator do you think has $50 a fucking month?
Like, technically speaking, like, I could probably, like, justify doing that if it were, like, something that would genuinely help my channel. Like, I do make enough to, off of YouTube alone, to pay for that subscription. But for just, like, thumbnails, and to even have it such, like, lazily thumbnails.
Adobe Suite is what, $40 a month for the whole thing?
Something like that. Most Adobe products are like $60 a month.
That's justifiable.
Exactly. Just about the same price for the software.
Exactly. It is the lifeblood of so many fucking channels, is the Adobe Suite.
Yep.
A lot of people pirate it.
Yeah.
But, like, the Adobe Suite includes After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, and like 50 other fucking tools that don't necessarily help with specifically YouTube content creation, but a lot of them fucking do.
Yeah.
And again, like, that package deal is once again the lifeblood of so many YouTube channels. I remember I worked with Late Night Gaming on like 2 videos for research, and he was telling me about Sony Vegas Pro, which is the editing software that he used. and he hated it.
Yeah.
And then I remember the exact video where he was talking about how he switched to Adobe Premiere, and he like it just sang its praises for like 12 minutes. And it's because it's the best on the market.
Yeah.
Like, you can try Filmora, you can try Sony Vegas, you can try fucking Capwing, but Adobe Premiere is, for all of its flaws, the tried and true.
Yep.
So that I can justify $50 a month on. What I can't justify $50 a month on is a
lazy AI
fucking
slop.
Exactly. And it's not even. What makes it worse is not only is it a content theft tool, it's not even an original content theft tool. It's a stolen content theft tool. It uses ChatGPT.
Of course it does. What else would it use? Remade fucking in-house software? Nah.
It's just so sad.
That's real.
Yeah.
But speaking on content theft, I've been reminded of something. So I don't remember if we talked about it. I don't know if we were still doing StenchCast or if we started back up on StenchCast at the time, but the funny iDubbbz drama and stuff between him and H3. So that I'm not going to go into that a whole lot because that doesn't really. In fact, it really doesn't pertain
politics
to
really quickly.
Yeah, no, but it's what I want to get into is a little prank that H3 has done. I guess amidst the whole drama thing where, so, I mean, you know, H3, I kind of honestly have a bit of a love-hate relationship with him because, you know, a while back he stood among the many greats of YouTube.
The titans.
Oh yeah. But as of more recently, he's definitely gone a bit downhill, in my opinion.
I think it was mostly after he started the H3 podcast. Probably like a year in.
Yeah.
Things just kind of started to fall apart a little bit.
Like every content creator who gets into politics, he started falling off afterwards. And that's just how it goes. But you know, he still does like a few good things every once in a while. Like I remember a while ago, what was he was fighting like some sort of lawsuit, and won
against Joey Salads.
Yeah, and that was like the epic time.
For fair use.
Yeah, and because he saved like, I don't want to say saved YouTube, but like
he was the champion of fair use because of that lawsuit.
It could have been very bad,
like undeniably.
And you know, as of recent, he's actually this is his prank where he's come back to the game of fair use, and when he put up his funny Son Piker content nuke, he pulled a fucking Nikocado avocado, where he's always 2 steps ahead. And he immediately knew that there was going to be a bunch of people, a bunch of his haters, that are also content creators who are going to jump on the bandwagon of, you know, just watching his video in full with no, like, justifiable reactions to make it worthy of being called a react video or stream or whatever. And he has sued.
Leave your fucking stream going while you go piss for like 15 fucking minutes, make food, change your oil, play the entirety of the Halo 3 campaign, and then come back. All right, guys, what I miss?
That's real. Yeah, he's sued, or suing, I guess, whatever, 3 different content creators who streamed the video in full with very, very little to no reaction. Those being
Frogan, Denims, and what was the other one?
I don't remember her name, but she smokes a lot, and she was an OG Twitch thought.
Yeah, like 46 times in the singular stream that she stole the fucking Ethan's video. Which all of them, all three of them just blatantly admitted at the beginning, yeah, we're gonna watch this all together, so that way none of you have to support Ethan's video.
Yep.
Each of them with like 4,000 viewers, I think.
It was like,
I think Denim's probably had the most.
Like 30,000.
Okay.
At least Denim's anyway. But yeah, it was quite the prank. Quite an epic prank on H3's part, in my opinion. That was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, registering it in the fucking Library of Congress.
Prank.
Fucking insane. Like I think he could genuinely walk into court with his dick out and win the lawsuit.
That's real. Epic prank.
You know, as the one FBI agent in Wolf of Wall Street said, we call this a grenada. It's fucking unlosable. Which you can say what you want about H3, you know. Obviously me and Joe just got done talking about how we're not really fans of him anymore. I haven't been a fan of him since like the Vape Nation days.
Yeah.
And the fucking legit food review. But in the most recent happenings, it is very hard not to take his side for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he had child support called to his house and was sent skulls to his house, and how someone said that his wife should have died because she served as an IDF secretary. And of course, the fact that all of the streamers he is suing blatantly admitted to content theft.
Yep.
Like, if he were to let that go, I'll say this. The precedent that suing them sets is don't fucking steal people's content.
Yeah.
Because you never know. They might have just registered it in the Library of Congress.
That's what we should start doing. Every single video.
Every StenchCast video. All of our videos. Yeah.
Epic prank.
And then sue each other.
Just every week, we're suing each other. It's like, guys, like,
real.
U.S. Congress, like, guys, you guys need to stop. Just
you
stop
need to get
doing
your
it.
fucking shit together.
Yeah.
But before I say what I want to say, do you have anything else to add about the H3 situation?
Yeah, I think, just, like, what he's doing, again, is very much a good thing, because I've been following with, you know, Jack's films for a while, since the funny Sniper Wolf doxing. And, he's been a very large advocate of, you know, help small creators get rid of the lazy React channels. Like, he's not, like, opposed to React channels, it's just the React channels that are just blatantly stealing content. And I find it very enjoyable just watching his videos. Because, like, he'll also do, like, you could, like, submit videos or something as a small creator, and, like, every so often he'll, like, pick one out of the many and just, like, show off, like, oh, this creator did, like, a really good video, and it's epic, and
Right, yeah, because Critical took that idea for, like, a week, I think. He was doing it for a week. And he was like, yeah, put JJ React Epic in all of your descriptions that you want, of the videos that you want us to react to. And that's still in one of my descriptions somewhere.
It's real.
But continue.
Yeah, it's just, like, I very much, because I remember when it first, like, started, like, the, where he made the new channel, Jack's Films, or the Jack's Films, He made that and kept making videos specifically on Sniper Wolf. There was like a slight part of me was like, okay, like that's a lot. It's very excessive. I know. Well, actually, this was even before he got doxxed, but it was just like, it's like it's very excessive, the amount of videos. Like you're really just like it seems like a middle school crush at this point.
Yeah.
But it definitely by the end of it was like, no, it's very understandable because she does need taken down, and
absolutely,
you know, he's just a frontline soldier on the battlefield, and he even fucking almost got taken down for it. He got fucking doxxed and everything. Holy moly. Oh, I dropped something. That's not good. I found it. It's fine.
But that also ended up being like the biggest weapon.
Oh yeah. She got banned for a week.
Which is, I mean,
a week. And don't do that again. You're banned for a week. Like, oh my god. She could like kill someone on like camera next time. It's like, well, in the 1 week ban chamber you go.
Yeah.
After the 3 weeks of deliberation.
Yeah. It's like whenever someone like I don't know, like gets caught fucking pissing in the sink at their job and then gets a month of paid time off.
Exactly.
It's like, what?
Oh my god. But I very much enjoy those Jax, because he definitely focuses a lot more on other creators. I mean, he still makes a video on Sniper Wolf every once in a while because she just hasn't changed whatsoever.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But I very much support what Jax Films is doing on the front lines. What a soldier. And it definitely like kind of ties in with the fucking Mr. Beast, the H3 funny time prank. It's definitely the age of content theft, and the more soldiers we have on the front line defending smaller creators, the better.
It is weird that we've entered like a second age of content theft, because remember like React Gate.
Yeah. That's, yeah, but now it's even worse because it can just be mass produced by AI.
Yeah. Well, there is one more thing I wanted to add about the H3 situation, which was that a fourth streamer has been added to the roster.
Oh.
I can't remember his name. His name is something followed by the black.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Hold on.
It doesn't really ring any bells. Oh,
Casey Tron is the one that smoked like 46 fucking times in one stream.
Yep.
But fuck, they added somebody. Cause I guess he did the same thing, but he was also in the content cop that iDubbbz made, that god awful fucking husk. God damn it. I don't remember. Hold on. Can we like cut to like elevator music for a second?
I could just build Legos. Talk about my Legos.
That's real.
So here we are, guys. This is what the progress. Actually, I muted my mic. This is the progress we have so far. I'm on step 35 right now. We're putting on these pieces I just built here. I opened up the second bag because it told me to, even though there's still like a shit ton of pieces left from the first bag. So I don't really know what was going on there, but you know, it's all right. They'll definitely be used later on. If not, who cares? It's just extra Legos. But we'll see. Did I do that? How did I do that wrong? How did I do this wrong? I am a fool among fools. Hello, I'm a fool. Oh, yeah, baby. Hope you guys have been enjoying the epic Lego building. it was a bit of trouble getting the camera set up in a good place, but I think I have in a pretty decent spot right now where you can see
Sean
what I'm doing.
DeBlack. That's his name. Sean DeBlack.
That's the guy.
He's also getting sued, from what I hear.
Prank.
Yeah.
Epic. The more the better. Well, no, because that means there's more people. Yeah. I kind of lost it there. I didn't really.
But it definitely is weird to see Ethan on the controversial side.
Yeah,
this time.
for once.
After allying himself with Trisha Paytas of all people for as long as he did.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the things he's done is just kind of questionable, but then he comes back every once in a while with a banger like that.
You know, one of the things I think of is when he had iDubbbz on the H3 podcast that first time, and he kept saying a certain phrase. I can't remember. I love saying or like even iDubbbz, who at the time was not like on his weird like I've found empathy at 30 years old.
Yeah.
He was not on that arc yet. And even he was like, I think you're using it a little liberally.
Liberal? Dude, I think iDubbbz is just going through a midlife crisis.
The thing is, I looked into this recently, and this isn't actually anything new. The whole, like, the weird arc he has been on has been going on for quite some time.
Since you got together with Anissa.
Yeah. Which...
Oh, shit.
I won't speak on her.
Keep that well dry for today.
Is she insufferable? Yeah.
Indeed.
I will say one thing. I will say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Making an OnlyFans post on your wedding day is fucking insane.
Great picture, though.
Fucking insane.
That's kind of wild. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I remember when we first talked about this, you hadn't been following it yet, I don't think.
Probably not.
We were playing Payday 2.
Oops.
For StenchCast.
Yeah.
We were on the container yard raid thing. And I was talking a little bit about Sam Hyde as well. It said that I really admired his comedy, which I think I should have been a little more specific. I didn't catch any flack for it because nobody watches, but
yeah,
I do enjoy Sam Hyde's comedy in moderation. Like the stupid shit, like I love goobas, or where's the ice cream in this joint? I love those. And I also love how he fucking pranked iDubbbz.
Yeah.
For that documentary that was meant to be a hit piece. Some other things I don't like, but there are a few things about Sam Hyde that I don't like, but
I mean, that's just everyone. You like some things about people and hate other things about them, but who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I hate all of you. You just suck.
There's no one in life that you will agree with on everything 100%. You and me have said this many times that we are the exact same fucking person sometimes.
Yeah.
But there are still plenty of things that you and I disagree on.
Oh,
we've been doing StenchCast together for like a year and a half.
Yeah. We still suck.
Yeah. We agree on that one. We agree on that one.
Yep.
Anyway, how long have we been recording, Joe?
A bit over an hour here.
Well, I'm fresh out of topics. What about you?
Yep, I'd say so too. And if not, then I don't remember, so it doesn't matter.
Well, then while you're building that absolutely beautiful DeLorean, Back to the Future is an amazing fucking series, by the way. And anyone who says that Back to the Future 2 isn't good, fuck you.
You're gonna die.
Back to the Future 2 is the one with the Wild West, right? Or is that the third one? I think it's the third one. It's the third one.
Yeah. I don't remember.
It's the third one. Anyone who says Back to the Future 3 isn't good, you're a fucking liar. I love that. I love Back to the Future 3. Yeah.
Indeed.
If you would like to do the plugging and such while you continue to build your beautiful DeLorean.
Absolutely. So we've been StenchCast. And yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
He just lied to you just now. Yeah, this piece of shit.
I've done that the entire podcast, actually. Everything I've said has been a lie. I've lied to you. It's crazy how I can do that. But yeah, we've been StenchCast. It's been awesome. I hope you've enjoyed the funny Lego set time. Again, as I said, I had a little bit of trouble setting up the camera, finding a good position for it. I knocked it over a couple times. But I think in the end I got it to a pretty good area where I can, I can show off, like, me actually building stuff. Even though, like, sometimes I think I just forgot and just had my hands not in front of the camera and I just started building something. But I think I've gotten a bit better at it here towards the end, which, you know, I don't know if I'll do this again or not, but it's been fun, and
yeah,
I definitely want to do something like this on my main channel, where I do, like, not like building Legos, but I like something on my desk, just fuck around and make a video on it or something. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I was supposed to make 4 of those. I just made 2 because I'm dumb and stupid. Indeed. But yeah, we've been StenchCast. We have our main channels, which you definitely have come from, because StenchCast is dead. No one watches it except for the 3 amigos. Oh shit, I have my headphones on my microphone again. You know who you are, the 3 amigos who always watch. I imagine it's 3 of you. That's usually like our average amount of views on a video. But, you know, I'm gonna just say the 3 amigos who actually watch, like, all StenchCast because you're freaks, but the good kind. So thank you again. And, yeah, we have a funny Discord that's free to join where, you know, probably at least 1 or 2 of the 3 amigos reside. I don't know who all's in there, if they even watched StenchCast. I know shout out to Thiefman Bunker real quick. Haven't talked to the guy in a while, but, you know, I haven't streamed in a while. That's probably why, because he would always tune into my live streams, my Twitch channel that I have. Same as my twitch.tv/JerryWilliams01. But, you know, when I would stream there, which I want to get back into streaming at some point, but when I would stream there, you know, Thiefman Bungle was always there. So shout out to that awesome guy. He was pretty epic. He's in the Discord, so if you want to talk to a legend, join the Discord. Or if you want to talk to a couple of idiots like us, then join the Discord as well. But either way, you should join the Discord because it's awesome and epic and really cool and stuff. But yeah, we also have
Israel.
Yeah, that too, I guess. I don't know.
We have Israel.
Yeah, we have it. We got it. The U.S. government is going to be pretty mad with us.
Giving us $2 trillion.
Yeah.
Every year.
It's real. And we're going to spend it all on Legos and in TF2 cosmetic cases. So yeah. Stay tuned for when we spend $2 trillion on TF2 cosmetic cases.
That's real.
The national debt is going to go straight to TF2, so.
Shut up.
I'm going to kill you.
You're revealing our secrets.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We'll stop. That's all for now. We'll see you guys in the next episode next week, maybe, because we missed last week. It was my fault. But we'll see you maybe, hopefully next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.